Hello and welcome back. I'm glad you're here. I see you came back to finish working on our little spooky vignette, okay? In the previous two videos, we created our vignette box and we decorated both the inside and the outside with our spooky little door using pages from Tracy's new kit, Creepy Creep, okay? I did want to give you an option. In the event that you don't want to create this spooky little door and you don't want to use this as the back of your box, included in the kit are some gorgeous pages, and this is one of them. And what I have done, just so that I can demonstrate for you what your other options are, I mean, you could use any page, but I just thought this one was good. I cut this piece out to be 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. It has the spooky little tree here with plenty of place to play. In the event that you decided you wanted a different kind of background, this is another option for you, and you could add things. The kit does come with a die cut of a raven, and so you could put your spooky little tree with your raven sitting in it, or maybe sitting below it, because, you know, the tree could have some upper branches and some lower branches. Or you could add a tombstone. I had planned on making one, but I haven't done it yet. I may yet do that in another vignette box because I do have this one still left. So I may come back and decorate another one with you. I haven't decided that yet. But I have an idea for how to create a tombstone from scratch using things that you probably already have. And so, yeah, I may just use this background on our extra little box that we created when I showed you how to make the boxes. And we might create a spooky little graveyard, okay? But yeah, this is an option for you. The kit, which I haven't really shown you too much of it. Let me see if I can just grab some of it here. It has this page, like I already showed you. I think I printed, and this is another one. The ephemera comes with these envelopes and the collage strips, which I have been using, and I've been showing you all along. There are 3 pages of collage strips. I already cut up one of mine. This is another envelope. It comes with all of these little tags and these poison bottles and some more bottles for you. Oh, excuse me, I had the hiccups. This is another grungy page, similar to this one. Only thing is, in my case, this really didn't fit comfortably on the back of the box, the size that I made it. Otherwise, it would have been pretty awesome. Here's another page and another page. It has a lot of these grungy pages. And this is another page. This is the background I used in the other little vignette box that I showed you. And they mostly all have the same thing printed on the back. This is another page. This is another grungy page, which you could use as a background if you wanted to create a morbid playground like I showed you before. I already showed you this page. Is there anything different on the back? Nope. And this is another one of the grungy metal plates. The grungy metal pages, where if you wanted to, I wonder if this would fit. Yeah, it probably would. You could use this page and cut out this part and make a long flap door if you wanted to. But yeah, those are just some of the pages from the kit. And then it comes with oodles of tags. Yeah, I can't really show you right now. I may pause the video and come back and give you an idea of what those are. But it comes with all of these cute little dolls or little girls. I can't really tell. I don't know the way they've been, I guess, photoshopped. They could be little girls. They could be dolls. This one is definitely a doll. Okay. It comes with these little spooky, I would imagine they're supposed to be brother and sister. This is our other little spooky skull. And it comes with a couple of these tags where they include these spooky little dolls. Okay, so we are going to be using all of these little things to create our haunted playroom. Okay, I'm gonna put my raven aside there. Excuse my ring banging on the metal can. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this over, and now we're gonna work on the inside of our vignette box. And again, I'm gonna go as long as a half an hour, and so hopefully we can get a lot done. Now, because we're in a playroom, these children probably have or had, because she might be dead, she might be alive, we don't know. Okay, they probably had a nanny at some time, because most houses, well, the way that I'm figuring in my brain that this is like a little spooky manor or estate. And so, yeah, you can assume, or we can assume, although we shouldn't assume because you know what happens, that these children have a nanny. And so our nanny is going to stand in the corner of our little nursery, and I'm just going to turn it this way so I can see that I'm gluing her down properly, in the corner of the room, supervising the children. Okay, but because this is a spooky nursery, wouldn't there be a skeleton bursting through the walls to try and grab the children? So I'm going to add my little spooky skeleton up here. And this is the reason that I ran my paper in the direction that I did, because I wanted my nanny to kind of blend in, the blue of the tag to blend in with the blue of the background paper. And I wanted the beige on the edge of the skull to kind of blend in with the background paper so that it would make it look like he's coming through the wall. And so, yeah, we're just going to add some glue. And again, I'm just going to turn this. I know I'm probably making all of you dizzy, but I want to make sure that my little skull is straight in the back of my box. Okay. So there we have our spooky nanny watching the children, and our little skull who is crooked. But that's all right, I guess. We'll just have to live with it. Our little skull bursting through the wall to grab the children. Now, we also have some children from past lives who are coming up out of the floor and creeping up out of the walls. And they're going to be put down here on the bottom of our vignette box to look like they are truly rising from below the floor and going to haunt our children. So I'm going to put glue around him. And again, I'm going to turn my box because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to tuck him down in the corner down here. Now you can probably tell that I have already laid all of this out beforehand of making my video so that I know exactly where I'm putting things. But now we have our little boy child who's from the past busting out of the floor to haunt the children. And I'm going to lay his little sister quite close to him, okay? Also here, close to the floor and sort of coming up out of the walls. And so I'm going to put glue on the back of her, okay, and finish creating this creepy little scene in the back of our vignette box, okay. And I'm going to, again, turn my box, because if I wasn't showing you this, I would be working with my box facing me so that I could probably actually see what I'm doing a little bit better than I can on camera. And so there you go. Now we have the background of our little vignette box all set for our children to enter the room. Now I have cut and inked the edges of all of these, and I have used a blend of the vintage photo and the black soot because I wanted it to give the effect of being old, and also to give the black to give the effect of it being spooky. But now in order to, I'm going to grab this again, make our children stand upright, we have to give them something to stand on. And so you're going to have to create a little bit of a stand for them. And what I do, I've already got one completed and one begun. This is just about 3 3/4 inches long. It's just a flap. And I fold it over in half. And then to create my little triangle here, I'll fold the edges over like so. No measurement because it doesn't really matter. And then I'll fold the other edge over on here. And they'll probably be 2 different sizes, but it doesn't matter. I just want to create a stand. They're not supposed to show, so they don't have to be perfect. So now you have a piece that looks like that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to glue those little pieces together. And we're going to create our little triangle stand. Fred the Fly is still here. If you're not aware of Fred the Fly, he came in while I was making my other video. And so he's been hanging around because I am making these videos back to back, even though they're going to be released on different days. But I have the time. See? Goodbye, Fred. Fred's going to be annoying now. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to glue those little flaps together and then kind of hold them so they stay stuck, because you want to create a triangle stand to rest your children against in order for them to stay standing up. Fred's getting really annoying, and if he starts to get really terrible, I might have to shut the video off and find a way to get rid of Fred. And Fred might not like that. Okay, but let's just make our other little stand. Fred, go away. Yeah, let's just make our other little triangle stand. So we did exactly the same thing. I folded the piece of paper in half, and then I folded up some flaps to create my triangle here, like so, okay? And so I'm just going to put that aside. You can see here, it's just a simple little triangle. I'll put that up there to dry, and I'm going to take the other one to dry. They're totally different. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now, I do have another one formulated already because we need 3. We have 3 little girls or 3 little dolls, whatever they might be. So I'm just going to glue that one together. It was created the same exact way as the others, folded in half and some flaps folded over on the bottom. And so I'm just going to glue that together like so. Try to hold it a bit. And we have our other little triangle. And I'm going to put that there to dry, because what I'm going to show you before we glue our dolls to our triangles is these are made out of paper and they're going to flop. So we want to give them a sort of a backbone or a spine. And so what I do is I take a piece of scrap paper, also cardstock, and I'm going to lay it down on the back of my doll. And I'm going to figure out how long I want it. And I figure that should be just about long enough. And I'm going to glue this piece of paper, it's cardstock as well, to the back of the little doll. Maybe I'll glue it that way so it doesn't show as much. Just to kind of give her a little bit more sturdiness. Make her a little bit more sturdy, in other words. That's what I meant to say. And so I'll take that piece and I'll start it at her head, and I'll come down to just about where her legs begin and give her an extra little support of sorts, okay? I know you can't see it anymore, but it is glued down there. Maybe I'll do this next one. I'll glue it the opposite way. Again, taking a little strip of paper, and I cut them probably about, I don't know, is that a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch? I size it to the doll, and I will just cut this just long enough. Again, make a guesstimation that that piece is going to be long enough, and I'll flip that over there, and I'll glue it upside down, you know, with the darker side showing so you can see what I'm doing. And I am just going to glue this to the back of her. And it's basically to keep her head stable, so that their heads don't get bent when we put them inside of our little scene here. Okay, so that's 2 done. And then we have this little one. And let's see. I think I still have, yep. That piece is a little short, so I might just take, let's see, will this one fit on her? Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, and I'll just glue this down again to give her a little bit of a backbone, give her a little bit of a spine, make her a little bit more stable. And then I'll just glue, and it goes almost to the tops of her little legs. And so there you go. She's a little bit more stable now. Now what we will do is we will take and we will glue our dolls to their little stands. And I do that, I take the stand and I just measure just to figure where I can glue up to. And so I'll probably start my glue at this line here. Let me bring this up. It might be able for you to see a little bit better. Okay, you can see that the glue should start just about there. And so I'm going to put glue on what would be her little tushy here. And I'm going to put some glue onto her legs. Okay, like so. And I'm going to take our little paper stand that we created, and I'm going to lay it down. Okay, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to make sure that she's straight on her stand, and I'm going to push down a little bit like so. Okay, and so now our little doll has a little stand to stand on. I know you can't see that she's standing, but I'll leave her over here and maybe you can see a little bit better. Okay, and then we're going to take our other doll, and again, we're going to measure to see just about how far up we should start our glue, and it's just about there. Okay, so I'm going to put glue again on her little tushy, and a little bit here, and down onto her legs. Okay, and again, we'll grab our little stand, stick it on the back of her, and turn her over, and make sure she's straight, and we'll just push down. Okay, we may have a little bit too much glue, but that's all right. And then we'll just turn her over and push down again to make sure she's stable on here. And again, well, she should stand up. Okay, there she goes. She has her little stand. You may have to bend them a little bit once they're on the stand and once they're glued into the vignette box. You may have to bend them just so that they're facing in the right direction. And then again, we're going to measure the length of our triangle, and so to right about there. We're going to give her a little bit of glue, and you'll notice we're only gluing in the area around her legs because we don't need glue anywhere else because the little stand only goes so far. I'm checking to see how we're doing on time. As I said, I've been trying to keep these videos to about a half an hour so that you guys don't get bored. Okay, so let's push down on hers, and again, make sure she's straight. Okay, and so there you go. Now you have your 3 little dolls. See, she's standing up. This one's a little bit of a fuss budget, and she doesn't want to stand too well. That's all right. She's going to get glued down, and she's going to stay anyway, so that's not a problem. Now we're going to have to figure whereabouts we want to put our little girls. So we can put her right about here so that we can still see our nanny, okay, in the background there. Can you see that? And so then we have room for this little girl to go around here. We kind of want those spooky little people peeking out behind her. Okay, so we have these two like this. I'm going to glue these down and then I'm going to show you. And then maybe we can put our argumentative little girl who doesn't want to stand up right about there. What do you think, guys? Okay, I'm going to glue them down. And I'm going to show you how I do that. You just need a little bit of glue on the bottom of your stand. And I'm going to have to tilt the vignette box up in order to place her. Now, I know this is not fair to you because you really can't see what I'm doing. But maybe if I pull it back, this is what's hard about doing this, is doing this part. But there you go. Okay, our first little girl is glued in and you can just see the spooky nanny behind her. I'm going to stand this up and I'm going to grab the other little girl and I'm going to put her right about there because you'll be able to see the other little people peeking out behind her once I move my fingers, okay? I'm going to lay this down because she seems to be staying stuck. And I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of her. And again, I'm going to have to lift it up because I have to see where she's going in this little scene here. Okay, and I'm just going to push her down just enough to make sure she's staying stuck. So there you go. You have our two little girls. And I'm going to stand that up, and then I'm going to grab our obstinate one here. And what I'm going to do now that she is sort of dry is I'm going to bend this up, this little stand that she's on, and see if that's going to help get her to stand correctly. And I think it should, okay? I think I may have bent it. Oh, nope, there she goes. Look, she's standing up. Okay, I'm going to put some glue on her. On the bottom. I think this is the one that we glued and it went a little crooked. Okay. And we're going to put her right in the corner. I know you can't see again, but that's where she's going. Okay. And I'm just going to hold her down. Again, this is really difficult to show you, and I am sorry. Okay, but there are our three spooky little girls inside of our little spooky nursery with their creepy little nanny behind them, okay? And I think they're stuck well enough, yes, they're good, for me to lay the box down, okay? Now on this one, I added the little raven who's kind of peeking around the corner, okay? You can see him there. And what I did was I glued his tail to the outside of the box and I folded him over so that it looks like he's peeking into the nursery. And I was hoping to do that with this one too, but I don't know. Let me see. Then it's going to work properly. Although it might. Let's see. No, I think we'll leave him off. I'm wondering if we could add him to the top. I don't know. We'll leave our little raven off for now because we have completed our haunted nursery. Okay. And I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed making this vignette box with me. And again, I'll bring in the haunted playroom. And so we have the haunted playroom, we have the haunted nursery, and even though my daughter says it's morbid, we have the haunted doll house. And they all, again, have the same spooky little back on them. Okay, but as I said, you don't have to use this back. You can create a different back. Whoops. tried to put that away and everything fell over. If you like. And I lost my hanging doll. Okay, so the noose is empty. My husband said I should hang her by her foot. But we'll just leave her and we'll hang her like this. Okay. Can you tell we grew up on the Addams Family? And Wednesday and Pugsley, who had a doll with no head and who blew up everything. So yeah. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, because now we have, again, our little haunted nursery. We have our haunted playroom, and we made them all together, and I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to let you go because we're coming up on 30 minutes, and I'm going to send you lots of love and big hugs and ask you to please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'm wishing you all a good day, and I hope you had a happy weekend. And I will be back soon because I want to show you the other vignette box, maybe create it with you. I don't know. If I create it without you, I'm going to come back and show you how I make the tombstones, because I have an intention for that. And then I have some tags that I've been working on because I've been watching others on YouTube, and I'll tell you more about who and what when we come back to create those tags. But I'm probably not going to do that until tomorrow, which is Monday, my extra day off, because I have to clean up. All right, guys, lots of love, big hugs, like, subscribe, and comment. And it was great to be back with you. And I am going to get on to answering my comments because, as I said, these past 2 weeks have been nuts. Okay, guys, bye for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.